Sam, last time we visited your Telford head office, we spoke about the aftermarket service that you have, but today you've actually brought us down to the Milton Keynes facility to find out a little bit more. But what are we going to see here today?
Here today we're going to look more at the portable side of the business. So at Telford we looked at the stationary CMMs, but here we're going to look at the trackers and the Roma portable arms to see the level of service and calibration that we offer within the UK from this facility.
Now, I'm not an engineer, as you well know, but how important is it to service and calibrate your measurement products?
We would say it's essential because obviously the reliability of that equipment and to be assured that your measurements are 100% accurate and the equipment is performing to that level of accuracy is crucial to whatever it is you're manufacturing. So part of what we say to customers that a minimum of every 12 months is really what you should be looking at for servicing and calibrating your equipment and to keeping it to the highest level of specification as possible.
Because I presume it's you're spending a lot of money on the products, but also to a certain extent it gives your customer guarantee that product is actually coming off finished as it is drawn, for instance.
Yes, exactly. Customers want their customers want assurances that the products they're buying, you know, these can be car parts, airplane parts, whatever it might be, that they're going to be manufactured to the specifications that they've set. So they will compare the measurements to the CAD models that the customers are provided, and to the service and calibration is a key element of that, because if you can be assured as you can possibly be that that equipment is measuring within specification and to those standards, then you know that the product is manufactured correctly to those standards.
And why at Milton Keynes? Do you have anybody from the expertise point of view based down here for the aftermarket servicing?
Yes, John Human, he's our technical manager here, and he looks after the portable side of the business for the service and calibration. We're going to meet him in a moment and talk to him a little bit more depth as to what we get and what we offer from a service and calibration point of view.
John, now we're in your facility in Milton Keynes, but what makes Hexagon Manufacturing Intelligence unique from a service calibration point of view of your Roma arms?
Okay, well, typically when an arm comes in for a service and calibration, we check the arm over for damage to any of the components. So on a normal service, we would replace the gas strut if it needed doing. If there's any handles or panels that are cracked, they get replaced. And then we would calibrate the arm after servicing it. We also have temperature-controlled environment for the arms. The arms also have temperature sensors while we're doing the calibration to allow for the compensation to be a lot better. And once we've carried out the calibration, then we can go and do a B89 recertification as the same as what the factory do in France. We're the only people in the UK that can actually do this.
So I suppose from a customer point of view, you can offer a quicker service, but also what I'm hearing from you here is that you can actually offer a full service, not just about calibration.
Well, the goal is we try to offer like a 3-day turnaround for an arm if everything goes to plan, which doesn't always happen because we find things wrong. For an example, the software has a sensor shock detector, and we can sometimes find that an arm has had some quite heavy impact, and it can take us a lot longer to get the calibration completed. And other issues, we can have encoders that fail, and we can actually replace encoders in this country. Typically, years ago, they always had to be sent abroad, but now that can be done here.
So from your perspective, John, how important is it for Hexagon MI customers to have their products fully calibrated and serviced?
Well, I'd like to think that once the arm's been calibrated and they've got it back, they have the confidence that the arm has got the same performance and accuracy as when it was new from the factory.
Now, we've investigated the Roma arm facility that you've got here for aftermarket sales, but this is a different department. Could you explain a little bit more about what you do here?
Okay, so currently we're in the tracker calibration lab. Typically it's an area we need of around 25 metres in length, 10 metres in wide, and we also have access to 40 metres to be able to do long distance measurements depending on which instrument we're working on at that time. To build a new error map for the trackers so that they work within the specification that they're built for from the factory.
Now, this type of kit is not cheap kit. It's obviously very high end. You're looking at, I suppose, aerospace, motorsport customers to a certain extent. How important is it for them to actually have their products calibrated each year?
Obviously, for aircraft, it's critical because people's lives are at stake. So the equipment needs to be to the best it can. So all the new products that customers are making are to the tolerances they need to be and specification. So this is why we recommend annual calibration and service. And if we have any queries through the year and we're not 100% happy, then we would request that piece of equipment comes back in and we'd recheck it again to see what was wrong with it, just because of the safety features that they're used on from time to time.
And from a facility point of view in the Milton Keynes, do you feel that you're unique in the marketplace with what you can offer here on service and aftermarket servicing?
The environment we've got here is it's been deliberately designed in the middle of a building, so we have no influence from outside elements. So daylight is reduced. There's no effect from heat from the roof at night, through the daytime, sorry. And at night with the cooling down. So this room typically stays within a degree all day, every day.
John, from your perspective, for any customers from Hexagon Manufacturing Intelligence and prospective customers, what's your message for the aftermarket servicing side?
I'd like to think that the customers get value for money, a quick turnaround. We also are audited ourselves by the factory to make sure that we carry out everything as procedures are written from the factory. All the engineers are factory trained, and we all regularly talk to each other to make sure everything's done the same way, and that we can give them the best results from their equipment.
And one thing I like to add on that, you know, based on what you've shown me today, is that you're very unique. You can actually give this service from a UK perspective.
Yes, we can, and a lot of old customers that we've been dealing with for many years, they're more like friends, and we've got a good working relationship with all our big suppliers.